I've been here since 2010, and I've seen it from when it wasn't Seminole Heights to now we have about 8 craft breweries within 2 square miles.
Yeah.
I've seen property values go from nothing to something. I've seen the community come together and being, I think, a foundational member of the community. I know that if it is the case that homes and properties will be impacted, I would ask that they reconsider that for more greener and more sustainable solutions. If the problem or the issue is the volume of traffic, then I think, especially where I live, right behind the gas station, right behind the Metro PCS, these are homes based on the schematic that is said to be raised in time because it's been on the books since '66. This project, and the neighbors behind us, North Central, they are not said to be raised. Their properties will not be taken away. And one neighbor there said that, well, she's older, she wants to live in her home until she dies. That's the American dream. And your neighbors right behind you, we are all over 40 years old, and most of us are elderly. We want the same accommodation. What we have seen historically, especially in this area, is that when they do take those properties, the compensation, you have to ask yourself, and the displacement, it's a very cyclical thing. You take and you take and you take. They began taking in '66 up near Blake High School. Armature Works. I remember that neighborhood distinctly. I remember the blue house that is now Sprouts. So, when I see something like this, I'm one of the younger ones, over 40. But this is my neighborhood. And I do think, if it is a case of funding, there is a way to execute this, even if it's to make an improvement. Again, that should not include any, not that this is what's going to be done right now, but should not include them ever having to remove the residences from the people on North Marguerite Street. I know for our segment, it said that, the issue is the bottlenecking. The bottlenecking, if right on exit 46B, right behind the Metro PCS, the bottlenecking doesn't start until you go to the exchange, the I-4 exchange, the on-ramp exchange. That's maybe about, I think, 4 blocks south of us. But what we are, I think what I have seen on the schematic is that it is our area that will be turned into retention ponds and that will be raised. Our area is not the problem. And I think, these are the bulleted points of the issue. It is not those areas. If you choose to do something, why, like you were saying, why not let it be sustainable? If the issue is the volume of traffic, why add to it? Could there not be something else that can be done? Can we have like rail, something that will be long-term sustainable? I don't know that adding to the volume is logistically logical. I'm told with our little area, they might not, that's not something they are sure if they're going to do, but in the case that they do it, I would urge, for them to absolutely reconsider. All of our homes have been there. I know my structure is a 1922 structure. Our little area, we've been here for, most of these neighbors have been there well going on 30 years. So, it's the quality of life, it's our livelihood, it's our community. Yes, we do understand the revenue increases in our property, but I think there is something to be said to doing things differently than they did in the past, where the properties, Ybor City, Armature Works, where these neighborhoods were taken away. So,